all I'm trying to do is get on this therapy call for tonight. Damn, there's a lot of shit going on in my life. I really don't have time for this. I really don't. I'm just, you know, I don't have the patience. I don't have the energy for this thing to just be staring at me and just letting me know that, you know, it'll be back in a couple hours. I need more validation that it's gonna be back.
Hey, bro, Dad, I'm talking about an ice cream and my snowball tonight. Yeah, that's what I'm
Shut the
getting
hell
tonight.
up, Caillou. I think he's on the phone now. Sorry, I just had to beat ass really quick. But yeah, just really glad to do this call.
Baby, that means
Can you stop
tonight.
Can you stop? Stop real quick, Caillou. God damn,
it's gonna be
shut
lit.
up. Shut up, Caillou. God damn. Okay. Alright, baby.
Alright,
I'm on the phone right now. I'll be out a bit. Okay, stop, Caillou. Stop. Okay, whatever. I'm going in another room. What did I tell you about partying and beating ass, son? What did I tell you about? What did I tell you? You can shut up, and I'm gonna have this therapy session on this call because this is all I can get. Your mom doesn't talk to me about shit, so this is all I have, all I do.
MHM. Yes.
Alright, so I'm here because I think my boy might be, well, I know damn well he's bipolar, but he started to show signs of being transgender. You know, he's been cross-dressing and stuff like that. He's been hanging out with a chick, a borderline chick, you know, the bitches with the little crystal necklaces. He's just been, he's not been very well. You know, he's, I try to be a good dad for him, but he's just going through a lot right now. He likes cross-dressing, like I said before. He's definitely got a lot of bipolar tendencies. His mood swings can be pretty intense, and he's kind of fucking with a borderline bitch right now. Not really sure how to handle that. Just looking for some advice.
Yes.
He's also, it's gotten very scary to the point where, you know, he's been doing a lot of drugs on the side, a lot of LSD, shrooms. He's been drinking a lot. He recently started getting into some dark artists like Eminem, but he listens to a lot of rock, a lot of heavy rock, and I'm not really digging it. Also, I started to take some drugs out of my boy's toy box the other night. And I'm not really sure where he's getting the drugs from. I'm under the impression that he's getting it from the borderline bitch, because that's really the only one that I see. The bitch is crazy. Let me talk about it. The other night, she was at our house fiending through our food and such. They said they had the munchies, whatever that means. A lot of the time, he'll disassociate in the back of the car with those little AirPlay thingies that he has in his ears. I see the borderline girl has them too.
Yes.
You know, he'll go out a lot of the time, and then I'll hear from his friends that he's smoking doobies. Not really sure what that means.
Hey, I'm really glad that you mentioned that, actually. I'm not the type to downplay my kids' issues.
Yes.
If Caillou's having a hard time, Caillou's kind of he's a lonesome fella, you know, he stays in his room a lot. He listens to a lot of Cuddy, you know, he's just, he cuts himself. You know, we brought him to therapy a couple times. The kid's just really sad. I really hope the best for him. I wish that he opened himself up more. I try to be an accepting dad, but it seems like everything I do just doesn't really help him. So we're kind of leaning towards the borderline / bipolar approach, because he's just not accepting of our love. He's a very lonesome guy. He stays in his room a lot, doesn't do much. He's failing a lot of his classes, and what was I gonna say? Oh, and my daughter. Okay, so my son. I love my son. Don't get me wrong. My daughter is one hell of a show. She dyes her hair different colors. You see, goddamn, the bitch. I don't mean to call her a bitch, but she dyes her hair different colors every week. She's got these weird chains that she wears, odd clothing. I've started to smell marijuana on her recently. And stuff like that. I'm not sure what's going on. She's got a 24-year-old boyfriend, looks like. Very lanky man. He comes into our house sometimes when she appears to be high, and the boyfriend comes into the house and he appears to have his pockets full of I don't know what. Girl, like you'd think that like a normal teen would just like, listen to like happy boppy shit, but she's just so grunge, and she's just, I can't, I think she'd get along really well with your son, actually, look, but yeah, that's about all I have to say. Oh, and to my wife, love her to death, I love that sweetie to death, but just let me tell you, like, she's just, we've been having marital issues. She's not really letting me touch her anymore. She's been doing a lot of yoga, a lot of toxic things to get her body in shape. I'm telling her, you're fine the way you are, but she's just not having it. And I don't know if I'll be able to handle that for my whole life, if you know what I mean. Like, a lot of the times I'm like, yeah, we could divorce, but what would that do for our kids? We might as well stick together, I guess. And we'll make it right. She always tells me what to do, and I just tell her, okay, it's fine.
I'm sorry you're being dealt with that. But you mentioned your kid not really having a belonging, and then you mentioned that he's going to therapy, but he sounded just fine in the background earlier. What's that about?
Well, don't get me wrong. He parties, and when he parties hard. You all were probably hearing that earlier. He was kind of manic, telling me, "Oh, I'm gonna go to a party and mess with this girl." He has love interest, but I'm not sure if it'll ever work for him. He changes his name a lot. Last week it was caillou, this week now it's Fayu, then it'll be Bayou in a couple weeks.
Yes.
Well, I had everything
What the hell
else.
is up with this? I paid for this.